right, sure, guys. Y'all remember the white Caravan, Chrysler Town and Country I was checking out? Remember there was a parts cannon. They throw the starter at it, battery at it. I think even an alternator. Yeah. And his car is a no start. So they had it towed here. Well, I got to messing around and found out. I left some gloves up there. That the engine is seized up. Y'all remember? Watch a little clip of this. All right, so the engine is seized up. Well, I just got approval, guys, for teardown. Y'all know what teardown is. I got to find out why the engine seized. Why? I do not know, guys. What does it matter? Okay, it's inevitable. It needs an engine. Why do I need to push this in my stall, waste time? I'm gonna take the oil pan off and look there first. Why do I need to waste time doing that when it doesn't matter because they're gonna have to replace the engine? I don't understand this stuff, man, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Guys, let's get this van pushed in and let's start tearing it down. Let's get it. Let go. Now this is the white van, the approved teardown, the one that locked up, seized up. Okay, we got it pushed in yesterday, and I'm in the middle of tearing it down. Guys, I got to the cam sensor. You know, I'm gonna take the valve cover off. I was gonna do the oil pan. I figured I'd start up top. So I got my T30 off and got the cam sensor off. Y'all see that? So what are the likelihood y'all think we're gonna find? Well, I was thinking we was gonna see a lot of sludge, but even from this angle I don't see a lot of sludge. But what in the hell happened to this cam sensor? Is this hot? I thought that was a piece of sludge. That's just some melted. This cam sensor semi-plastic, right? I don't know what's the deal going on with this, but let me get this valve cover off. Wow, guys, engine is not sludged up. Holy crap. So what the hell caused this? Man, so I got some more tearing down to do. Yeah, let's get it. Uh-oh. Why is this lower intake so hard to get off, guys? Oh, no. Whoa. All right, I'm stopping right there, guys. Whoa. So this van overheated. Yep, that's my teardown. I'm done. It was cooked, not deprived of oil. Looks like it was just cooked, overheated, guys. So that explains why cam sensor got hot. Intake is cooked. Yep, need an engine. This is the one that, oh my goodness, I had to pull up history, but came in as a no start, no crank. Customer put a new battery in it. I think that's a new alternator, and I'm almost certain that's a new starter because it's nice and shiny silver thing under there. Still no start, no crank. Well, I got paid 1 hour diagnostic time to find out why there was no start. Lo and behold, after I did exceed my 1 hour diagnostic time, guys, but I charged that to the game. Still no spin over. Okay, I was checking electrical connections, I was checking everything, but something told me to JT, get a hold of yourself. Okay, get your head in the game, get your mind right. Let's find out if the engine will even spin over. That's when I went and got my breaker bar, tried to turn the crankshaft. No turn, guys. Engine seized up. Well, I'm done. Due to the fact that we don't repair seized engines, okay, we hardly do any major internal engine repairs anymore. I'm talking even head gaskets, things like that. If it's internal, we're trying to shy away from that. Don't ask me why. It's the rules. I don't make the rules, I just go by them. Okay, if you got a problem with that, it's not with me. Can I do this stuff? Absolutely. I know how to rebuild an engine. I know the working components of an engine, not a motor, an engine, as well as a transmission. I was once the transmission man. I can't recall the last time I overhauled a transmission. All right, times have changed. Things have changed, guys. We're living in a different era than the past. I no longer need my timing light to check timing. Well, anyway, enough of that. So he got his insurance company involved, aftermarket insurance company. I guess this is a rideshare driver, and I guess he got his company involved, and they said tear down. They authorized tear down. All right. I don't know, guys, but I don't know about y'all, but The night before, remember when I pushed it in on that last short, I was contemplating taking the oil pan off and starting there. Because, you know, when you got a seized up engine, it's likely the crank bearings, the crank rod bearings has seized to the crankshaft, right? That's how normally how you, it depends on where the lack of lubrication happened, all right? Or it overheated. All right, now overheat would leave off a ridiculous odor, but I didn't smell that for some reason. And I can tell you why I'm going there. Yeah, so tear down time. I was authorized. Before you can remove a valve cover, you must remove the stuff on top of the valve cover, including the cam sensor. First sign was when I took the cam sensor out of its hole. Ta-da! Y'all see that? I don't know. It's melted. That's not funny. I have no idea. I've never seen a camshaft sensor in this condition. Okay, the cam sensor sets in the valve cover hole like that, and it monitors. It tells the computer the rotation of this intake cam and this exhaust cam. So it's doing its job up until it got hot and melted. All right, that's first clue. Oh my goodness. Now, this is before I picked the valve cover off. I'm thinking I may see some sludge. Well, got the valve cover off. It's not heavily sludged like I anticipated. I'm like, oh, damn. But it still doesn't explain this. So let's go a little deeper, JT. After all, you're getting paid tear down time. All right, intake time come up. Lo and behold, when I get the intake up, that's when I see this. Guys, okay, if your intake manifold look like this, the mating surface that this intake manifold bolts to got extremely hot. Somebody called this out in one of my comments in the comment section of one of the videos. I can't think of the name of this plastic, but it takes a lot of heat to melt this plastic, guys. All right, so this manifold bolts to this head and this head. So if this got hot, that means it accumulated that heat from these heads. The head's attached to the engine, which means the engine got extremely hot. How did it happen? I don't know. Not know. I do not have a clue. Now, I can't say this, guys. This look fairly new. So I don't know if somebody just put this on and then top it off with coolant. Because remember, there's a coolant hose that goes to this. All right. This is an oil cooler. All right. Yes, you need coolant to run to it to transfer the heat. Just like any cooler. Okay. So I don't know if they didn't think. I don't know. I'm speculating. But I do know that is not good. That is a sign of severe overheating. Just all you guys out there that saying, oh man, you don't be a wimp, man. Just put a new intake manifold on it and a new cam sensor. Number one, that's not going to unlock the engine. Number two, that's not a fix. So number three, you wasting time trying to repair a severely overheated engine. That's exactly what happened to this. It was severely overheated. So your only solution to repairing this is to replace it. Now, you still have the daunting task of finding out what caused that. So once you get an engine in here, you're gonna have to the cooling system. You got to figure out what's going on. You could have a hole in the radiator. I don't know none of this. Okay, the insurance, I got it tore down. I did my job. The insurance adjuster gonna come out, who knows when, analyze the situation, and they're gonna make the final call. They might send me a junkyard engine. They may send me an engine. I don't know. All right. At that point, it's their diagnosis. If they don't send me a radiator or don't send me anything cooling related, I'm sure a water pump going to come with it. That's on them. I'm sure I'm going to get a new thermostat, new coolant, which tells me if they think that, they think the reason it overheated in the first place was internal reasons. I don't know. Okay. I stop diagnosing when I find out an insurance adjuster is on the way, because it doesn't matter what I say. They're going to override whatever I say. I can write up an estimate, severely overheat. I need an engine, radiator, blah, 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 blah. They're going to come out, send a guy out. He's going to look at some things, take some pictures, and say, here, this is what you get, put this on. At that point, I'm upset because I just wasted all my time trying to do things the right way. So, no. I've been burnt like that over the years. That do not happen to one Mr. JT anymore. So what do we do now? It's simple. We wait. I think that's what I'm going to name the video, something like that. We just simply wait. I thought, guys, I was going to see a lot of carbon buildup. But the oil level was okay, and I tried to give it a sniff, but I don't know, I didn't smell that. You know, that's bone dry, but I would definitely keep you guys up to date. How about that? All right, so for now, I don't know, I'm gonna give this one more, I'm gonna get an adjuster one more freaking day. After that, just going outside. Y'all don't play those games. I learned that from y'all, you jokers in the comment section. Yo, JT, man, you crazy, man. Time is money, man. Get that thing out of there, man. All right, player. Oh, you right. You right. Damn. Look, even this flimsy, like it's got hot. So they got one more day to make a call, guys. I'm gonna take a nice good thumbnail of this. They don't do nothing by tomorrow. Y'all know what? It's going outside. Take a nice good thumbnail of that, guys. That's all I have, man. I appreciate you guys watching. Comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video. I need my stall. This is this van that has the burn up engine. Okay, you can see the intake is all burned up. I have the battery disconnected now. Only problem, I need my stall right now, so we got to push this outside. So I'm gonna take this time out real quick to show you guys how to push this car out with no battery power. This applied to all 2008 through 2020 Caravan. Now, usually a cover right here. So what you got to do is pull this cover up here. We're going to talk about shift interlock, how to put this car in the neutral when there is no power. I will not hook the power supply back up. In fact, you can't even get the key out of here with that power supply. All right, we're going to leave it in there. I need to get this out of my stall. So take your point device, just simply press down in there. And when you do that, that will release this to where you can actually, right there. Now I can get in neutral. Now let's push this thing out.